Hey everyone, today we're diving deep into Nintendo's GameShare feature. We're going to see exactly how it works and how can it potentially even save you money. There's a lot of confusion online about this, so in this video I'm going to clearly explain everything step by step. GameShare is completely different from virtual game card sharing. Yes, you can also share virtual game cards, so if you'd like a separate video covering that, please hit the like button and let me know below. But for today, we're specifically talking about GameShare. GameShare is a feature exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2 systems that lets you share compatible games with other players, other systems. Switch 2s and Switch 1s, Switch Lites, Switch OLEDs. It works in two different ways. There's the local version. So if you have a Switch 2 with a full game downloaded or a cartridge inserted, you can share the game locally with other Switch 2s and also Switch 1s that have been updated to at least version 20.0.0 or higher. The second way to utilize GameShare is online through something called GameChat. If everyone involved has a Switch 2, you can share the game over the internet through Nintendo's GameChat system. Now, I hope I haven't lost you with all the weird verbiage, but just know there's two ways to use the GameShare feature: locally and through the internet. For those of you familiar with older Nintendo handhelds, think of this as similar to the DS download play, but now it's purely streaming with some mixed success depending on your connection. So now that you know the brief summary of the two options of GameShare, let's talk about the compatible games. The best way I've found to see which games are compatible with GameShare is going through Nintendo's eShop listing. So if you see here, there is a section where once you launch the store, you can hit search and browse, and then scroll down to the bottom here. Underneath this genre section, there's a gameplay style, and you can see the two options there: game share with local users and game share over game chat. So if we look at the compatible games here, you can clearly see as of June 2025, there are a total of 10 games supporting local game share. However, this includes Split Fiction twice, which itself is a special case scenario that will be addressed later on in this video. And there are 7 games that support GameShare via GameChat. The list looks very similar to the local GameShare compatible games, minus Survival Kids and Split Fiction. Unfortunately, Mario Kart World, the new Mario Kart game, is not GameShare compatible at the time of this video. While the process to get GameShare up and running changes per game, the overall process is pretty much exactly the same. So if you want to do a local GameShare, the process looks like this. One person who owns a compatible game, either downloaded digitally or a cartridge inserted into their Switch, goes through a few menu options and selects the game share option under multiplayer. The other players, second, third, or fourth, open their Switch, that can be a Switch 1 or Switch 2, and select the game share option from the main menu. Then you select the person who's going to be playing the game share. Now, that user does not have to have a Nintendo account. Then you press A and press A again, and as long as the Switch 2 person broadcasting their game is close by, you should see it there and be able to join it by pressing A. Once the initial Switch 2 system has determined that everyone is joined, they can start the round. And that's it, you're in. Online game share is very similar process, although it utilizes the game chat feature, which is exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2. And after March 31st, 2026, requires a Nintendo Switch Online membership. The very first thing you need to do is actually start a game chat. Now, getting that all set up is a little out of scope for this video, but essentially you need to add friends so that they can be added to your game chat. You start by selecting the C button from the main menu or on the Joy-Con, then choosing who you're going to be chatted as. You'll either want to create a chat or join a chat with this chat list. Under chat list, if there is any chats from any of your friends that are available to join, you can see them there. If not, you'll create your own. And then you go ahead and invite anyone who's already set up game chat in their system, if you haven't already done it for the first time, and throw them into a game chat with you. Once you and your friends are in the game chat together, then one of you can go ahead and select the game you'd like to play, Do the same sort of steps that you saw previously, where you go into the menu and you select GameShare via GameChat. And as long as you're all in the same chat together already before you do this, it should go ahead and allow you to throw them into your game. Alright, so even though GameShare is straightforward, I'm just going to quickly address the two most common issues. Issue number one, the game doesn't appear for sharing. Whether that means you followed the menus and it's not there, or you're stuck on a specific step. Remember, the solution is a Switch 2 has to initiate the game. Always confirm your game supports GameShare by checking the Nintendo eShop GameShare section. Then, also make sure you've downloaded the latest update for that title by pressing the plus or start button on the home screen while having that game selected. Then go to Software Update via the internet. Here is a list of the lowest version number needed for each game as of June 2025. The second common issue that I've seen is you can't join a friend's local game. You'll want to make sure that you're physically close to each other, ideally in the same room, about as close as you can bear to one another. Most GameShare problems are easy to fix with a few simple steps, but if you have a concern that's not covered in these two, go ahead and leave a comment below. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still confused or have additional questions, please leave a comment. I'm always here to help out. Don't forget to subscribe if this video helped you, and share it with anyone else who might need a quick and simple explanation. See you guys in the next video where I'll capture footage of every compatible game and show exactly how to start GameShare from that specific game.